So, just wrapping this up. So, are some parasites worse than others? Yes, the bloodworm is something that we still don't want. It used to be quite common, but then, during all these very intensive deworming that we've seen over the past 50, 40, 50 years, they're not as common anymore. We did a study in Denmark where we looked at farms that used a very strict system of what we call selective deworming, so where they base all their treatments on an egg count. So they don't treat without running an egg count first, and then they only treat if the egg count is above, in many cases, 200 eggs per gram. And I just wanted to know if there was a risk for the bloodworm to return, and the short answer is yes, if you do that strictly. And so we had two types of farms: the farms that used the egg counts always, and farms that never used egg counts. And these are the prevalences on the individual horse level, and then on the farm level. So whenever one horse had bloodworm, that farm would be positive. You can see it's twice as much bloodworms on the white bars, which are the farms that used egg counts, as opposed to farms that just treated all horses. So this just speaks for it's important to identify maybe one or two treatments that all horses should get in a year to make sure that these bloodworms don't come into the picture again. Now, all the horses in this Danish study were healthy, but still, it's a risk whenever this bloodworm is around, and that's something we'd like to avoid. And Danish horse owners, this is a questionnaire survey where we asked them how many times a year they take a fecal sample from their horse, and how many times a year they treat. And then we asked for different age groups. And what I just wanted to show here is that this is probably the explanation for the findings that we just made, that 2 fecal samples per year and about 2 treatments per year for adult horses is what most people did. That's great. That's what we recommend. But with youngsters, it's different. And we recommend different approaches there. And I think that's important for you guys out there now also. What concerns me here is that it's still the 2 treatments per year, 2 fecal samples per year that seem to be common for the youngsters, and even also for the foals, although there's a little bit more variability here. Foals are not adult horses. Foals should be handled much differently, and they're much more susceptible to infection, and they have the large roundworm, the asquid parasite, which the adults don't. So we're looking at very different scenarios down here with the foals. So I just wanted to emphasize this, that foals or youngsters are much different than adult horses. And so with that.